Good morning. Good morning. Give me 1 second. No, autofill. There we go. All right, let's do a mic check. Yep. Yep. Looks like it's on. All right. So this morning coming out, looking over the watch list. We got ASTS up here 15%, but down here in the lower price stocks, we have GVH up 67%, CCG up 53%, SYTA up 34%, BNAI up 32%, and then FFIE, ooh, it took quite a bit of a dump there, down 24% back under a dollar. I have not looked at any of the charts yet. I've only looked at these scanners. I haven't really done much looking around. So let's throw some of these on the watch to kind of see what's going on with them. Another thing, I have been dabbling around with, oh, what's up, Mr. Oh, Mr. Caramel. Mr. Caramel, what a name, man. But I have been dabbling around with some large cap trading. I've been kind of paper trading and also putting in real trades behind some of the large caps, day trading large caps. So I have been kind of dabbling in there. Took a little trade, and the thing is, I'm not risking much on those large caps. They're already expensive, and I don't use leverage. I'm just using the cash in my account, so pretty much just using small size gathering data on how my small cap strategy works in the large caps. Looking and still playing with those ATRs in the large caps. But today we got ASTS. We'll look into Chewy and MRO are up 10%. And these are all relatively higher floats. And one is a larger cap here on market. Yeah, on market cap, 14 million in the market cap. Okay, so let's scroll down and let's also throw GVH in here, CCG, SYTA, BNIA, and see what these catalysts are talking about. So I'm just going to go through this list right here that we got, starting with actually, let's start with the highest mover, GVH. So first thing I do is come out here to NASDAQ.com. Now I have several news sites that I use. I use NASDAQ, I use Yahoo Finance, I use FinViz, MarketWatch, BAM SEC. So I use all of these to cross compare and kind of see what the overall sentiment on a stock is. But I always start here with the press releases. I really don't use the news because the news, anybody can pump out news, but press releases are directly from the company or directly from the SEC about the company. But anyway, Globovin Holdings Limited, ordinary shares, press releases. 33 minutes ago, it says Globovin Holdings announced MOU to acquire Top Logistics, a key one-stop logistics solution provider in Australia. So that was 33 minutes ago. Let's click into that, if they will allow me to click into it. Or are they going to let me? Am I blocking something on this page? Probably. Whatever. Let's go over here to Yahoo and look at it. Probably am blocking some type of script on that page. But there are other ways to get to it. And this is Yahoo Finance. Strategic acquisition intended to enhance the company's business presence in Australia. This is an emerging e-commerce logistics provider. Today announced it has entered a non-binding memorandum of understanding to make an equity investment in Top Logistics Australia Pty, or Party, I guess, Limited. Are they talking any money though? They are talking in Australian money, 63 63.6 billion, approximately 42.4 billion in 2023 in shopping online. So I guess that's their revenues. Let's see. Yeah. Just very brief money talks on GV. But we'll see. It is up on the day. It only had 6 million shares traded on it. We know that yesterday it closed with ATR around 17 cents. Let's go ahead and jump down to CCG. Actually, let's check out the float on GVH real quick. It's got to be a lower float. All right, so where is our float? We have a float of 3.1 million on this one, so this one can definitely get a little wild. A big holding by insiders on this one, so 78% on insider holding. Let me go into FinViz and look this up. GVH. Not really showing any insider holdings on FinViz. Let's see if they got any shelf registrations on GVH. No pertinence shelf registrations. Shortsqueeze.com. Let's see what we got here. We have shares not out there. A short, looks like a decrease in short percentage. So people getting up off of the price action a little bit. And where are the insiders? Still doesn't have it over here. Okay. All right, well, we'll watch that one. It is the biggest mover right now. So let's jump over to CCG. I wonder why it's not, what kind of script am I blocking here that's keeping me from opening up these articles here? Let me see. Yeah, so usually these definitely open. Let me turn off some blockers. Nope. Okay, it might just be their site. That makes sense. All right, so we'll leave those blocked. We'll just look up here. So 5 days ago, they released their conference call date. They have a partnership with Volkswagen Digital Sales and Services to better support Volkswagen and I don't even know how to say that word, NEV insurance business. Okay, well, I was thinking they were talking about Volkswagen like the car. But oh yeah, they are. But this is insurance. Okay, so automakers, blah blah blah. Not really any news like right now news. The nearest news was 5 days ago, so it's only up 55%. Let's jump over to BNA. I'll go and check these floats in just a minute. BNAI does have AI in the name, and sometimes when they have AI in the name, people just, oh, it must be AI. Let's just make sure. BN announces private placement at premium to market price promotion of Pao Chang to co-CEO. That was an hour ago. And then 5 days ago, 2/3 of the top pharmaceutical companies have prohibited AI brand engagement network aims to change that perception with its solution. Wait, what? 2/3 of top 20 pharmaceuticals companies have prohibited AI brand engagement. Okay, networks aims to change the perception with its solutions. I had to read that twice. Okay, so they finally reached HIPAA compliance for healthcare AI assistance. That's one of the things that I kind of go in and do in my job, get people up to compliance level. Okay. Well, it has a little bit of news, not great news, but you know, news that anyway. SYTA. Wish I could click into some of these articles, but it's tripping. You get one thing working and then something else goes. All right, 39 minutes ago, city-owned utility selects Sayata Mobile's budget-friendly mission-critical PTT handset to collect its workers or to connect its workers and keep utilities running smoothly. All right, so they got a handset news, basically a walkie-talkie. Actually, no. These are the walkie-talkies, two-way radios. This must have some other features, but eh. I always think with the news, how many people is it going to affect? Is it only affecting the company, or is it something that's going to go out and create a product that people can enjoy? Next one is SYTA. Is that the same one I did? Yeah. ASTS. My bad. This is AST Space Mobile. We got press releases. An hour ago, Space Mobile and Verizon announced plans to target 100% geographical coverage of the continental U.S. From space on premium A850 megahertz cellular spectrum. Okay, so they got a name in there, Verizon. We all have seen Verizon, so I'm gonna watch this one. This one's got one of the best looking catalysts on the day. Let me go and wait. Did I? Yeah, I did exit this out. Let me pull this back up here. Exit that, and go over here and see if I can click into that article and if they're talking money. ASTS. Right here. Let's see what you guys are talking about. ASTS Mobile and Verizon. Yep, that is the Verizon. All right, so partnership with a commitment of 100 million from Verizon to provide direct to cellular AST space mobile service when needed for Verizon customers. So this is directly affecting Verizon customers. Ah, okay. This new partnership with Verizon will enable AST whatever to target 100% coverage of the continental U.S. On premium 850 megahertz spectrum with two major U.S. mobile operators in the most valuable wireless market in the world. A transformational commercial milestone, said Abel Avalon, founder and chairman of CEO AST. This partnership will enhance cellular connectivity in the United States. See, this is some more intriguing news here that could affect a lot of people. Essentially, eliminating dead zones and empowering remote areas of the country with space-based connectivity. Verizon has always been strategic and efficient with our spectrum strategy. We use the spectrum entrusted to us to deliver outstanding cellular service for our customers. Okay. So yeah, this one I'm definitely keeping on that watch for a little bit. The other ones that were up was Chewy. And let's go look at the float on this one as well. Let me go look at the float. Let me silence this thing. This thing's dinging off. Okay. I'll turn you back on a little bit. All right. Float statistics. Float on this one is 124 million, so it may be a little bit grindy, but that news is something probably to watch for sure. So I'm going to keep that one up. Let's go to CHWY. Chewy. What you got going on over here, Chewy? Press releases. 2 hours ago, they announced their 2024 financial results. Pretty much all of their news is looking like financial results. They may have done better. I don't really know. But whatever. They're up 11%. They're not up that much. MRO. That one. Marathon Oil Corporation. 2 hours ago, ConocoPhillips to acquire Marathon Oil Corporation in all-stock transaction provides shareholder distribution update. So they're just getting acquired. So I don't really mess with acquisitions, but we definitely have some interesting news up. Let's jump back over here to the scans. See if anything else has popped back up. FFIE continues to fall down. It was down 25 when we last looked at it and continues to go down. We got Lucy up here up 35%, but it's only 55 cents per share. So the ones that are around that dollar level, CCG, GVH, and SYTA are trying to hold their own. Most of these are 10 million shares traded on the day. Let's look at the things above 5 that are trading though. Let's see. And what I've been doing with the large caps, I've been looking for things that are up just 2%, not even a whole lot, looking for some good catalysts that can continue into the day. And right now, I'm just not seeing any of those stocks that are up. I see things with volume, but not really up 2% and looking like they're getting some volume as well. So looking at the ATRs as well, I've also been aiming for ATRs above $5. So things like that actually move, they have that range to get going. But yeah, that looks like, let's go check out the scans. We have not looked at any of these charts yet. Jump over here to start with these lower price ones. GVH leading the way. Oh, it dropped some. Okay, so it had a little drop from 266 down here to 226. I do use the volume profile in the value areas, value area high up here and value area low of these arrows pointing up. A lot of times these are nice bounce areas, but this contains the top 70% of trades that have happened within this this trading day. So from aftermarket to the rest of the trading day is going to calculate all of the volume, and we'll see where the thickness of the volume is. The red line here is the point of control, which is also up here on the label that I created. So, you know, it'll calculate once the market opens. We'll see it start to move, and we'll also see the ATRs calculate out there as well. Let's go to CCG. Oh, CCG had a nice little move up, consolidated in here around the 160s, had a big jump up here to 245s, then fell down to around the $2 mark again, up 48%. Okay, let's actually look at the higher time frames first, because a lot of times when I do the lower time frames, y'all aren't seeing my other screen that I'm looking at. So let's go back to GVH. Looking at this monthly chart, we can see it's got beat to sleep from the 549. We've seen this multiple times. Things get beat down, and then they have a nice gap up day. The high of this one got up to 334. So all the way up here is where it was the highest level on the pre-market, and it covered quite a bit of room. So we'll see what happens there. And remember, we already covered the catalyst. This one didn't have a killer catalyst or anything. So it makes sense that it's kind of stair-stepping down. Let's go over to CCG on the monthly chart. Not much of a chart here on the monthly, not much on the weekly. Let's back off to the daily. Just looks like a reverse split or a couple of reverse splits on this one. It is trading around 190s right now, so really didn't do a true breakout, but trading around the 190s. And these lines out here that you see, these are some ATR lines, the ATR high and lows for previous days to kind of tell the direction of the stock and where it's going to be holding. But it also depends on the catalyst. If it doesn't really have a reason, it's kind of hard to put all of your capital behind it without a reason. All right, so next one is SYTA. Again, another beatdown. A lot of reverse splits probably in this one because I know for a fact it was never worth 11,000 up there. Closed yesterday at 150 and now it's back to 190. So it's barely a little breakup, like right up here from the close of yesterday. Okay, so let's go to Lucy. Lucy we've seen before. Another beat down. It was at 41 cents. Yes, oh, it's at 49 cents. It hadn't moved much at all. And then FFIE. We saw this one have quite a bit of a run up for a while. Went all the way up, almost going towards that $5. And now closed yesterday at 117 and it will open up today under $1. All right, so let's go to the higher price ones. AST starting us off, 18%. And this is the one that is connecting with Verizon. So let's look at their chart. So a little bit of a walk down. Looks like initial trading started like around 2020, because I really don't count these little flat levels. It's like, that's not even trading. I don't know what that is on the chart, but we see it had like a little walk down pattern, came in. It has been gapping up. Somebody knew about this and got this moving from 230 up here to around 5, and has broken over 5, and now is up here to 630s ish. So right up in here around this previous top. So we've seen multiple times it has a pattern of coming up to this level. This is 1 and then a fail, 2 and then a fail, 3 and then a fail. It does have the Verizon, and I don't know if the Verizon will make it hold these levels of the 630s better, but I mean, we do have to take in consideration that is the pattern that it's been dropping off of this level. Let's see. Looking at the daily chart, it was forming those higher lows, up, had a nice little fall back into a kind of a doji candle, and really did almost like a tweezer move coming back into these highs. So went down and got a engulfing candle on this day. It engulfed the previous red day, and now it's back up and it's gapped up after that. So a little bit of bullish action on that as well. Let's look at Chewy. Chewy isn't as exciting looking, especially on the daily chart. To me, it's up to 19. It gapped up a couple of dollars after a nice little beat down. I didn't see any crazy news on Chewy. It is a higher float, so may not give that crazy range that a lot of times we like to see, but we'll keep it on watch for now. Back over here to the scans, things that have fallen above 5. So BHVN took quite a bit of a dump. You see that on the 15-minute. This is Biohaven Pharmaceuticals, $28 and something. This was a looks like a smaller float, smaller outstanding shares there. Oh, good morning, Drifter. Let me see. Got you. All right, Mr. Caramel. Yeah, we're looking through and basically observing what's going on in the market. We really want to pinpoint the things that have catalysts on the day, and then sometimes things that just go. You know, sometimes something had a catalyst last week and it kills the game. Kind of like Dale did last week. Had a catalyst like 5 days ago, and it just started exploding once it got connected to NVIDIA. All right. ASTS coming up here to the highs of 650s. Value area literally kind of right up there at 650. We'll see what happens when it hits that and what a pullback will look like on this one. Top volume movers right now, SYTA, and then all of the cheaper ones down there. They're kind of looking a little bit choppy already coming into the open. GVH is kind of losing out to CCG. CCG up 44%. GVH does have probably a larger potential to move though. What's the ATR? ATR 17 cents. CCG ATR 27. Well, it's got 27. It's got a little bit more range on it. All right, so time to start cleaning this thing up. MRO, not too worried about that one. I'm gonna get that off of there. All right. BNAI showing a little bit of push up towards these highs, up 72% still, got over this previous high of the Well, where the body candles ended on this is $2. Got over this $2, and we'll see how it holds the two. It is a lower float. Five minutes until the bell as well. So I guess we'll start off watching the top percent gainer, BNAI, and then we'll go and look at some of the other things that are going on. Good morning, Mike D. Now I do notice BANI only has 7 million shares traded, so it's actually still a higher percent gains than some of these cheaper ones, but the volume, I think a little bit more people need to take notice of BNAI. The best news that I saw today was ASTS, that Verizon news. Connecting with Verizon, eliminating dead spots in the US, that's going to affect a lot of customers. But it may be something that's more of a swing trade rather than a day trade because of that higher float. It may get real choppy on today, but we'll have to see what happens. Also, next Wednesday I won't be streaming. I got some work to do out of the office. Got to actually go on a site, so won't be in the office. I'll be getting my little hands dirty. Um, but yeah, I'll be streaming on Friday and Monday though. And I'll repeat this. I really don't want to have to go to all the social media sites and post and be like, yo, I'm not streaming, but I just say it. If you catch it, you catch it. BNAI, 15 cents above this $2 level. Previous high 239, value level high is 250. Three minutes left. Let's just do a swing through. Lucy popping back up there. I don't know why it's popping, but pop from 31 up to 51. SYTA, big walk down towards this $2 level. CCG continuing to come down as well. And GVH down to the bottom of this value level here. All right, so let's jump back up top. ASTS. Like I said, I just got a feeling this one's going to be choppy. A lot of people are going to want to get into this, and they're going to want it to go down before they want it to go up. But that could be completely wrong, and it just shoots to the moon on a high float. Chewy still up 13%, and MRO. Nothing else really has the ATR that I would like to day trade a large cap on though. All of these have under $1 ATR, and I'm really looking for over $1. This one, Nvidia, has $40, but Nvidia's red on the day, so I don't know. I'm not against trading Nvidia. I'll trade it. I don't really care. But I need a reason, and I need I need the setup to be happening for me to trade that. But I have been dabbling in these large caps, man. I've been dabbling, collecting little data points here and there and everywhere. I just, on the days that I'm trading small caps, sometimes I'm seeing these days where there are no small caps and the large caps are just dancing around the market. I'm like, bruh, okay, I'm tired of this. All right, we're coming into the open, watching the top mover out of the open, BNAI. 7 million shares traded. We'll see what happens here. Will it be able to hold the 2 or will it come on down? The point of control right now is at the 183. It'll probably recalculate on the open along with the ATRs. So let's see what happens. BNAI. So top ATR on the 15 minute is up here at 226. ATR low is at the 192s, and it's coming up to, wow, hit the first ATR and got kind of clapped down there. It's going to need to hold. It's tested both of them. The full ATR are these outer lines here. So the full ATR moving downwards is the 189. The full to the top side is the 228. And I like to see it trade around these top ones for a move upwards to kind of give me an indication that it wants to continue upwards like it's doing now. I usually wait for these first couple of minutes because I really just think that they give you a lot of information that you wouldn't have if you were in this. So, I kind of wait and kind of see what's going to happen. Let's jump over to GVH. It's also doing the same thing, testing the highs first, up 52%. CCG, not too much action. I'm going to go ahead and get that one off of there. CCG. And I'll keep an eye. If it comes back up, I'll keep an eye on it. SYTA, not too interesting either. ASTS coming down to that ATR low. Now, the way that I look at it is below the ATR lows, I'm thinking it's going to continue going downwards. The best case scenario is if it goes down here and pops back to the ATR low and then continues to fade. Sometimes, very rarely, it'll go ahead and rip all the way back through, but that's very rare. So I'm just like, it's under. I think it's going to continue fading. GVH, still pushing towards those highs, up 60%. It is taking the top spot. BNA struggling to hold that $2 level as GVH takes the top spot on the day. Still has not closed anything yet, so point of control at 250 up there. It continues to hit that 250 and find some resistance, not being able to hold around these highs. Those ATRs knocking it clean down. BNAI, it's not halted, is it? Okay, it's just messing around the 2. All right, so let's look at Chewy. What is Chewy doing out here? This is a larger cap one. 1957. I didn't see any crazy news on it. It did test these highs, but was not able to break and hold out. Let's go to MRO looking trash. Yang. PDD getting a nice push out of here from the 147s up to the 151s in the first 15 minutes. PDD. Let's see what else we got. Anything else going green? We'll see if PDD can hold up. Apple also doing a little break, but that one's a much higher float. That thing, I don't know how much it moves. It only broke out here from 190 up to 148. That's not huge. Usually what I'm looking for on these larger caps is something that's up 2% that has that ATR of $5. Now PDD has an ATR, but it's up. It looks like it's heading towards 2%. But looking back over the past few days from where it came from, the 160s, it did have quite a bit of a tumble down here to the 151s. And I don't know what the exact catalyst is on the day for it. Let's go check PDD. Six days ago, Union Pay online payment now available in 60 plus must-have apps for global visitors to China. Okay, so that's a Chinese payment system. Okay, and looks like they're getting a little bit of selling pressure coming over the top. I don't like trading into this pattern for real though. Even though it's doing a little breakout of the ATR, this is in the first minutes and it could easily reverse back the other way. Now it's back red on the day. So it, you know, kind of starting to go towards red. All right, AST is I'm gonna be watching this. I want to see if it can hold 10. It's looking like it's going back under 10%. GVH did not do the breakout. BNAI could not hold, so it's going down here to the ATR lows. And in my head, I'm like, hey, this thing is going to be fading for the rest of the day. I'm looking for things to hold those highs, hold up that price level, and preferably with the catalyst, hold those price levels. Chewy, wow, Chewy exploding out of there. That one's up 20%. I'm definitely putting that on watch. Chewy up 20%, holding out of these highs. Looking for what I'm looking for is a ATR high break and hold. If we look out here on the higher time frames for Chewy, we can see that it's coming up. What is it? Let's see. It's crossed this little level here of the 1930s. It's up to the 20s. I need to go and check the catalyst again for Chewy. But out here it is, oops, let me back up. It is breaking our daily ATR high, which is out here at what, 2030. Breaking, and I would like to see a pullback and a hold of that 2030 level. But it has room over here on the 15-minute. This is the first one it has to break before it can break any other. So got to break the 15-minute first. It has room back here to the 20s before it moves higher, but it's currently pushing and holding around that 2030. So I like it. We'll see where it wants to be in a couple of minutes. Oh, let me check the catalyst on there. That's what I was doing. What was that? Chewy. Okay, press releases. What you got for us? Okay, so it had earnings. This was a earnings play. 2023. So pretty much everything, all of their news this year has been financial results, which means they may be doing okay. I don't know. I wish I could click into this. Let me go to this one. Chewy News. Looks pretty good though, up 19%. Chewy stock gains after earnings. Auto ship sales are strong. That was an hour ago. Q1 earnings and revenues top estimates for Chewy. Chewy announces blah blah blah. Chewy laps the stock market. So a lot of good news out here, which sometimes when you get all this good news, sometimes it's a little late in the move and you have to wait for that secondary leg up. So sometimes you have to wait for that pullback to get that next leg up. Jumping back over here to BNAI, pushing back over the ATR lows here. The full ATR low is at the 187 and the half is at the 197. So trying to pull back up into these levels. GVH giving up the ghost towards the lows. And AST, wow, look at that pull back up. That thing hit all the way a value level low of 576 and pulled all the way back into these 621s, but it has not broken the highs. As long as it's in between the ATRs, I'm thinking it's in a consolidation. So, just waiting for that breach and for people to start pumping that thing and it to come back and give us a nice curl off that top ATR. Okay, CCG dumping. SYTA still in a little bit of consolidation there. Lucy is a cheaper one, only 60 something cents. The breach of this one went from 55 all the way up to 70 cents, up 65% there with 57 million shares traded. And so we're going to move the ones that are moving up. SYTA, BNAI is not really moving up yet, and then Lucy. Okay, let's jump back over to Chewy, coming back down to these levels of the 1975s. See if it can hold that 1974 as the current ATR on the 15-minute. And the 15-minute usually aligns with the half on the daily. So let me see. Yeah, right around that half point. It's trading right in between. And this is usually where I'm looking to see it rip out of these ATR highs and go higher. So, but at this point, just especially if it was a lower float, it definitely that would be the move. But at this point, I want to see how choppy it's going to get with that higher float. Donnell trading RSLS. Did I type that wrong? RSLS. Let's see what's going on over here. 2,000 shares, 45 to 48. Nice. Wow, that was a quick trade. 45 to 48. That was a break of the half ATR up there, and then it got pivoted back through there. Wow. Very nice in and out trading there. Some of these trades you pull off, man, are insane. SYTA pushing back up here, but with this hard, heavy trading downwards, I'll be very careful trying to take this thing long with all of this selling pressure up here. Up 52%, but it is holding out of here. Now, a lot of times my mindset is I'm going to trust this until I can't. So I'll trust it. Let's say if I was going to take this trade, this would be my stop. It does not need to break down, needs to hold over this and continue higher. And so that would be not trusting it. It broke it down there. I would have stopped out, looked for the next trade. Lucy continuing to do its thing towards the upside. So right now we got Lucy, SYTA. Are you still going up? SYT, I really just don't know if I like that one. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see later on in the day. BNAI did crash down the ATR lows. Take that one off. So kind of cleaning up the watch list right now and looking for any other interesting ones that are coming up. Is T? What is Dust? Dusty? What is Dust? I don't even know. It's only got 1 million shares traded. The ATR isn't great, but it is a low float, 40 cents. So I don't know if that one's worth it for me. I don't even know what that is. Up only 3%. Now, if it's a low float, it needs to be up. We need to see that thing working magic. Let's see. I just saw Tesla. Okay, cool. Jump back over to Lucy, continuing up over the 70s. ASTS, this is the one with the contract with Verizon, breaking over these this high point and testing the daily high. So the daily high out here is the 677. Daily low is the 557 down here, 677. And so it is definitely hard testing that. Want to see how it holds this 650 level. 650 level is basically where the 15-minute ATR is right now. So can it hold this and not slam through? Has pretty much the best catalyst on the day, I believe. Has 60 cents in the ATR as well. Chewy though, continuing to hang around that 20-30 level for this first 15 minutes. Now these first 15-minute candles will be closing in less than 2 minutes. And I'm looking over the whole market, large cap, small cap, mid cap, everything. I just want to see opportunity, opportunity for a day trade. SYTA just not holding up those levels. Go ahead and take that one off. It's just proven to be a little bit weaker than I would like. Keeping these four are the ones that I'm watching right now. Lucy, ASTS, do I want to watch it? No, not this one. These three, Chewy, ASTS, and Lucy are the top movers for right now. And Lucy coming back under the 70s. We can see on the volume profile how much volume came up in here in comparison to where it was at the 50. A lot of people jumped in on this 50, but not as much volume up here around the 70s. And it should work its way back to a point of concentration or a point of demand. So we'll see how it pulls back here. Okay, what is this? DKS. Is it Dick's Sporting Goods? Dick's Sporting Goods is up right now. It is, so I made this large cap criteria scanner, and Dick's Sporting Good is definitely meeting that right now. Has an ATR above $5. Getting some volume here. I'm gonna throw that one on and see what's going on over there at Dick's. And let me see. Let's go check out its news here. Dick's Sporting Goods. What you got? Actually, I've traded Dick's before, but I traded it. I wasn't using ATRs. I traded it as a breakout trade and just a strictly breakout trade, any breakout. And I just could not, for the life of me, get anything off of it. So 2 hours ago, it reports its first quarter results, raises 2024 outlook, and then back on May 13th, 2024, they had the DSG and WNBA announced exclusive girls apparel collection. Dick's Sporting Goods announced fourth annual It's Her Shot tour. They announced a multi-year partnership with the Boston Celtics and Red Sox back on May 8th. So they've been getting drips and drops of very good news in here. So Dick's may be one to watch for a pullback and a continuation higher. But I'll keep that one on watch. It has not pulled back yet. It's just kind of tunneling higher. Has room all the way back here to the 215s. Control point is all the way up here. We'll see if more volume comes in under it to pull it back down, a higher level interest back this way. But as of now, it is super strong on Dick's. $225 per share. But yeah, watching it. AST just continues to just bundle up. Got up here to the 750s behind that Verizon news. So definitely holding above the volume level. Has a couple of levels of interest right out here on the 15-minute. One level of interest is right here at the $7. A lot of people got on for that whole dollar break, but not a lot of volume up above it and not a lot of volume below it. So want to see it come back and test this $7 level. Also has big interest down here around the 625. So we'll see where it goes. Closing this or coming to the close of the first 30 minutes. First 30 minutes is kind of like my analysis time where I'm looking around trying to see where opportunities are, what is moving up, and what has a reason to continue moving up. Lucy now on this secondary candle, on this next 15-minute candle, showing a little bit of red under the value level, pushing back. Had a very high level of interest around the 68s. Point of control has moved up to the 63. If it breaks down that point of control and starts to do liquidity grabs down here, that's definitely going to be a little bit of bearish action, but not really bearish overall as long as it's over that ATR. AST pumping down quite a bit back to this level of interest on the volume profile. We'll see how it holds that and if it wants to go even lower. 15-minute ATR down here at the 650s. So letting it play out, get those out of the way and look for some opportunity. Chewy continuing up. It's probably going to break 21, man. It just continues to go up 22% on the day. Dick's doing the same thing, no pullbacks, but we know the news on this, and I'm definitely going to keep it on watch. Only 1 million shares traded, so and it's kind of a lower float too. Dick's, well, it's a lower float but a higher market cap. Okay, Lucy pulling on back. Okay, none of those survived the ATRs. All of them broke down. SYTA looked like it was going to hold up. 23 million shares traded on it. Okay, so let's check anything else coming up on the large cap criteria. Nope, Dick's is the only thing that is up today. So only one. Some days it's a lot of them, like if Tesla, Nvidia, and some of the tech stocks are moving together, you'll see those pop on here. But other than that, not so much. But yeah, Dick's looking like it wants to get to 230. Has a ATR of $6.97. So if we look where it started, it's definitely covered $6 and something for sure. The full ATR. And if we look out here on the higher time frames on the daily, this is where the daily ATR was 220, and it ripped $7 out of that. So it's over the $6 mark. Should be expecting some type of pullback at these highs. On the weekly, came up here to 225, and then on the monthly, this 225 level, will it get a pullback off of that? All right, but let's continue looking around. Lucy getting back up to the 70s. AST looking like it's coming back down through the $7. So nice little pump down off of those highs. Same thing with Chewy. Everybody experiencing the same type of love right now. Big moves out and needing pullbacks. Curls above the ATRs is what we're looking for. Or what I'm looking for, at least. SYTA, big fail. BNAI. All right. So I think we're watching the right things on today. These four: Lucy, ASTS, Chewy, and Dick's. Lori said you're green on the red day. Let's look at this SPY here and see what's going on down here. So it dropped into this level, 525s, and popped all the way back out. It has not broken up yet. And like I said, I really don't like trading the days right after a nice little drop, because a lot of times they can get you faked out and just continue to fade. I'd rather it kind of consolidate and then start breaking out. But yeah, right now this first 15 or this secondary 15-minute candle looking very trappy, like it's trying to get people in to go long. But we'll see if it actually starts to fade back towards the 525s. Okay, another one popped in on the scans. Dell is up 2%, above the ATR highs. Looking a little bullish. We know this one was moving with Nvidia, so let's go check Nvidia real quick. Those two kind of are tied together now. Nvidia not showing so much. Whoa, not showing so much love. Had a drop down here, rose back into the level, but this is the best case scenario. It's popping back to the ATR low. Should fade from here, so we'll see if it fades back through this 1120. And if that is tied to Dell, because of that recent news, they had that partnership. I would expect Dell to do the same thing, especially with Nvidia being the bigger player there. It's looking a little bit bearish, so we'll see what Dell does there. It's up 2%. It does have $5 in the ATR, and it has 3 million shares traded, but we'll see what a pullback looks like on it. Lucy, big pops off of the ATR. Popped all the way down there to 56 and then back up to the 60s. And AST back into that area of high concentration. And that area looks like it's turning into supply area. So we'll see how far it comes down and if it wants to curl back up. Chewy, still waiting on that one. And Dick's, where you at? Still headed towards that 230. High interest level in here at the 226. So we'll have to see how it does on a retest of that level. I got a few minutes left on the stream, and I'm going to get to work for the day, and probably these are the four that I'll be watching on the day: Lucy, ASTS, Chewy, and Dick's. Looking for those pullbacks and looking. They may give opportunity today, may give opportunity later on, but I'm definitely going to keep them on watch. Now PDD is popping up here. PDD had this nice little pullback, ripped over first 30 minutes, ripping out of there to the 150s. That was the previous value level up here. And we'll see what it wants to do. It's only up 2% on a pullback, though. It may end up giving all of that back. All right, Dick's coming back down towards this level of interest, 225. And then Chewy as well. So let's see how much they like this thing towards the 650s on ASTS. All right, Dick's back to the 225, has a point of control of 223. If it crosses that, I'll be waiting for it to kind of consolidate above this ATR. I don't know if I'm gonna trade it. The last time I did this, I traded it like this on the first day that it was kind of popping, and it just did not give me the moves back up to the upside that I was looking for. And then on the next day, boom, it was like I was like, bruh, why? Should have just waited. So we'll see. We'll see how that sets up for today. But then again, on that day, I wasn't using the ATR, so it may have been under the ATRs, and it may have been in a fader mode anyway, and I just didn't know it. All right, PDD still challenging upwards. This level of interest is becoming bigger and bigger, more and more prices in this. So it's from the 150 all the way up to the 152. Big levels of interest in here. Lucy pumping on back off of those 70s. Things starting to slow on down now. Wow, BNAI reclaimed this level ATR low 184 and is back into consolidation. So it's thinking about going higher. We'll see what it wants to do. 27 million shares traded on it. It's coming back up the list. SYTA not so much. CCG not so much. GVH not so much. So this is definitely a rare move coming back up here to this $2 level. That's definitely a best case scenario. It got through both of the ATR lows and just holding in consolidation right now. Up 60%. Okay, AST. Wow, found a new level of interest. I see. We'll see if buyers take over as sellers, but just floating around that 7. But this candle hasn't closed yet, and we know this thing has been on an uptrend. So we look for signals that tell us when the trend is ending. And on a 15-minute with this much sell-off, it's kind of obvious that there needs to be some type of break, some type of reversal, and then continuation. So we want to take those signs into consideration because this isn't a 1-minute candle. This is a 15-minute candle. So it holds a lot of weight here. And this candle is actually becoming what's called a shooting star, where you get a really long wick to the upside and then a pushback all the way down to this little thin body candle. But if it closes like this, is a shooting star. If it doesn't, and it goes all the way back up, it'll break that pattern. But what matters is how many people can recognize these particular patterns and how many people react to it. How many people actually go in because they see that pattern. So if they're thinking, okay, this thing's a shooting star, we should see this thing sell to a small candle, then the next candle should be red. If that's going to be the way it plays out. All right, Chewy, where you at? Chewy coming on back down. Dick's just kind of holding at that 225 level. Yeah, I want to see some pullbacks on these for sure. Up 15%. Yeah. Okay. Well, y'all pretty much have seen what I'm going to be watching on the day. Did I put Dale in here? No, I didn't put Dale in here because it's probably going to fade. I want to see something that can actually really hold up that too. It's not really receiving the love that I would like, especially with Nvidia acting like it's acting. Let me see if Nvidia faded. Nvidia Gave the best case scenario, gave a little bit of a wick up here, and is working its way back down towards these 1122s. And I'm thinking it's going to be bearish if it breaks this down. So looking like it's already red on the day for sure. We jump over here to the daily chart. We can see the daily ATRs just making its way back towards this ATR level here. It'd be 1111 or 1111. Not a whole lot of gusto behind this move. All right, ASTS broke down the sevens. A lot of work to do to make up this, but I don't even know if we can make this up. Probably needs to do a little bit more of a pullback after a candle like this. Okay. Chewy going higher. Let's see, what's the SPY doing? SPY holding this. Yeah, the SPY is looking like a little bit of a trap. Coming up here, holding these levels. All it needs to do is start breaking down the 526 hard and heavy. So we'll see how it holds this and where the dump will be through that 526 down to 525 and lower. Anyway, that is the stream for today. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. You already know what's on my watch list. These four. If none of them pan out, I probably will end up taking a trade on one of them. If none of them pan out, I'll let you guys know in the discords. I got a bunch of discords, you know, I got a bunch of them. But yeah, I'm about to get to work. I know I've missed some messages over here. So yeah, let's go ahead and close it down. And as always, again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'm not going to be here next Wednesday. I will be streaming Friday and Monday and Friday of next week though. But yeah, definitely remember this is the end of the month. I am green on the month. I took up one little red trade this week on a large cap. I'm kind of trying to gather some information. Very small little loss. It was like a $28 loss or something like that. Nothing in comparison to my small cap winners. So I'm like, whatever. So ending this month green, going into next month strong, and looking for more opportunities. Small cap, large cap, it really doesn't matter at this point. I'm like, let's go. Not really a gunslinger, not really gambling, but looking for the opportunities that make sense in my risk management system. Anyway, that's it for me. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.